Good morning. Welcome back to Trade Genius Live. I'm your host and the brand ambassador of the Edge Funder prop firm, TradeGheenyuz. We are in the building. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I had some login issues. I don't know if anybody's having issues with TradeEvade, but I could not log into any of my accounts. Every time I was logging in, it kept switching like from one account to the next. Like if I was trying to log in my Funded Futures, it kept switching to Lucid. When I was trying to log into Tradeify, it kept switching to Lucid. I don't know what's going on. So I finally was able to log in. Took me literally 12 minutes because I counted it, but we in here. So we gonna get it cracking. We gonna go ahead on and we just gonna. Good morning to everybody. Y'all know I like to read through the comments in the morning. Who we got? New subscriber, Angela Odoms. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. We are about 9 minutes before the open. Y'all know I like to go through and read. Good morning to everybody. So good morning, everyone. Let's see here. Where we at? I see all y'all. Let's see here. What V Brewer said, yeah, man, I burnt the Pop-Tart, bro. Ain't that something? I done burnt it. Had to make me another one. But anyway, let's go ahead on and good morning to everybody. We got 69 viewers, 23 likes. Let's get the likes up. I guess I got to start being more aggressive. As I be trying to be like, be cool. I guess I got to start being more aggressive on the likes. So let's get the likes up. That's the first thing. If you're gonna be on this stream, please, let's get the likes up. If you don't want like, you can jump off. I ain't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like moving forward. The stream is here for people that really want to be here and people that really want to engage. If you're gonna be on the stream, all I ask that you like, you subscribe. If not, jump off. We don't need you. For real. All right? So moving forward. Let's get it. All right, we about to check news. And let's go through our day that let's go through our little repetition of what we do every day when we show up on stream. All right, so let's get there and bam. All right, so news today, Monday. We kind of went over this last night. Not really anything popping, so it's kind of cool. Nothing really going on until until Wednesday. So Monday and Tuesday is pretty much nothing actually in all sessions. In our session and overnight session. Wednesday, we got a lot of stuff going on. Thursday, same thing. And Friday, we got a couple of yellow folders. So really this week, our main focus on news will be Wednesday and Thursday. That should bring some pretty significant volume into the market. And other than that, we're going to move. Oh, you know what? I saw something on Financial Juice, y'all. I saw this right here. Google NVIDIA considered Intel as backup chip maker. I don't know why they made this red folder news, but I'm sure it's going to have something substantially significant, being that both of the Google and NVIDIA are both are part of the part of the Nasdaq 100. You know what I'm saying? So that should definitely possibly bring in some significant volume. I think that's why we are so bullish. So let's go ahead and let's move on. Okay, we are on the charts now. I'm on the 5 minute. Let's go ahead and mark out our daily level. Let's go ahead and mark out our daily buys for today. We're going to start from last night. So we're going to mark out where we at? We're going to mark out 5, 9, 11, and 2 a.m. So I'm on Pacific Standard Time Zone. These should be marked off according to your time zone. Hypothetically speaking, if you are on Eastern Time, then what you would want to do is you would want to make sure that this is 8 to 12, and this will be 2 to 5. All right. So what are we doing? We're looking to see if London, this will be London's portion from 11 to 2. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. We're looking to see if London took out Asia highs and or Asia lows. All right. So this will be Asia. This would be the section for Asia. This is not the full session, but this is actually the session. This is actually like what we use, a little piece of the session that we use as our cheat code. Same thing on London. This is not full London session, but this is a piece of London session that we use. This was taught to me by my mentor, my big brother. Shout out to Scalp God. All right. So what are we doing here? We're identifying highs and lows. So in this portion, which is the Asia session, because I know we got a lot of new folks on here, this is the high of Asia during this time frame. This would be the low of this would be the low of Asia during this time frame. All right. So this right here would be the low of London, and this right here would be the high of London. So in this portion, London did take out Asia's lows, but did not take out Asia highs. So with that stated, we look for the market to possibly be bearish during the New York session. All right. So we done did that. Let's go ahead and move on. And if we can, because I know I skipped it, we got about 4 minutes left. We can do it now. I want to know how everybody is feeling in the chat. Please, we're going to audit our feelings. Let me know. Happy birthday, T. Pruitt. $35 in the building. That's what's up, my guy. Hope you have a great day today, my brother. Not just personally, but hopefully professionally as well. Excuse me. Yeah. So I want to know. One word me in the chat. How y'all feeling? Let's go ahead on and audit our feelings now. We already checked news. We did our daily bias. So now let's audit our feelings. So how's everybody feeling? One word me in the chat. Tell him Jay said feeling blessed. Corp said feeling good. I'm feeling amazing as always. That's what's up. Terry, let's see here. Edgar said feeling thankful. PT702 said feeling great. Regina said great. Let's see here. Mike said lucky. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what's up. Yep. Everyone shout out my guy. That's definitely true. Everybody show T. Pruitt some love. Lynn Foley said ready. Bettina said great. Ready for the week. How are you? I'm pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. Just like as much as I always try to keep, I always make sure I maintain a level head. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm somewhat frustrated right now. Like for real. I'm somewhat frustrated with this whole copy trader situation. I don't know. It's getting worse and worse. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Yesterday I went to the 405. I threw Apex out the window. Like I'm done. It totally messed up my accounts yesterday. And all I did was exit my trade. And it totally just screwed up my other 4 accounts in Lucid. Crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you want to, you just got to understand you can't take drastic measures. You know what I mean? You want to do just the things that you need to do to move you forward. I mean, coming from an IT background, I always try to find, workarounds, but that right there is just, it's just gotten ridiculous. Christian said good. V Brewer said peaceful. Zink said, what indicator do you use? For what, Zink? Please explain. Please be specific on what indicator you're speaking of. Also, trade was accurate with the sales last week. I TP'd on a brief long because I saw a setup, but sales would have been the move for a longer move. Yep. Tutelli said good. Bodovan, what's good, my brother? Michael Sykes said great. My nail girl said, oh, HBTP got it. Only one word, Tinell, if you are here. Right. Only one word for her. Right. Boone said feeling silly. One of those days where everything is amusing. Jerome in the house. Great. Gigi said 5K achy. Okay. I hope I said that right. Let's see here. Yeah. 4 or 5, bro. For real. Pivot point. Good morning. Tiffany said feeling great. Marvin laughing. For real. Yeah, Serena, it's whatever. Morbid Drift said feeling content. That's what's up, man. I'm glad to hear that. Or say it's okay. Yep. What happened? Yeah, of course it's a part of trading. Yeah, absolutely. You always tell me that. So it is a part of trading. It is a part of trading. That's what I say. Doesn't mean I'm not feeling some frustration, but the market just opened. So let's see what we get. Let me jump to the 1 minute. But yeah, it's one of those things where, what really can I do? I have nothing I can do, right? But I'm not gonna lie, it is frustrating though. It is frustrating. I mean, think about it. All you did was exit a position on one account, and then it screws up the 4 other accounts. Like, you know what I mean? That being the fact that it is a part of trading, it still doesn't sit well. You know what I mean? We work really, really hard to keep our accounts, get them where they are, make profits, be, proactive as far as our risk management, our not over leveraging, those type of things. And man, it's what indicators do I use for TradingView? All right, cool. We'll get into that. We'll get into that, Zinc. No problem. Optimized video productions. Thank you. Welcome. Cool. Let's get the likes up, y'all. We got 97 viewers, and we got 54 likes. We're about halfway. Let's get the likes up. All right. I can feel your energy through the big stream, bro. Trendies, keep moving forward. You got this, man. Absolutely. That's why I'm so hesitant to switch to anything else other than TF. I had no issues with having trading with them over a year. Just saying, yeah. But the thing is this, I don't use Volumetrica, Serena. I don't use Volumetrica. And the thing is, it's not a account issue. It's a trade copier issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Apex is, I put like this. I'm so done with them. And when in my descriptions, like I took them off. I don't even recommend them anymore. That's just what it is. Because if I'm dealing with issues that I'm dealing with, that means y'all gonna be dealing with them too. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing is just, I'm trying to find something different. I'm rocking with TradeSyncer at the moment, trying to see how that works. If that don't work, I'm gonna have to move to something else. But I did get a couple of I got a couple of leads on some other copy traders. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, yeah, I'm working on this. I got this eval right here. I'm going to work on. I'm adding this eval to. I want to add this eval to the rest of my accounts. So I got another eval. Shout out to one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Who be shooting me accounts sometimes here and there. So I got this one. I appreciate you, my guy. I ain't saying no names, but I appreciate you, my guy. But yeah. So right now, honestly, what am I looking for? I mean, with this reversal zone right here, I mean, I could take DSLs, but we got market structure shift, but we do not have a fair value gap. So in order for me to take DSLs, I would need that. So let's see. But I really tend to believe the market is going to be a little indecisive today, especially after that report with Google and the video, whatever that was that I showed y'all on Financial Juice. So we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to be patient today because remember how we talked about it, right? When our feelings are in a certain way, sometimes it's good to just back away. So I don't know. I may take a trade. I may not. I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to see what it is. So we'll see. So far, we know one thing. There is a lot of liquidity down here, right? Because we know overnight was very, very, very bullish. Overnight opened here, came up, pulled back a little bit, and continued on. So let's see what we get. If, make sure my accounts are good. Okay, if this closes, I may take the DSL. I may take the DSL because it is setting up. So, and I always like to trust my, you got to trust your, you got to believe in your strategies and you got to trust them. That's why the back testing and demo trading is so important, right? All right, so let's see here. We got 102 viewers. We got 63 likes. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up, please. All right, so, all right, boom. So there it is. I'm going to set this limit order. Let's see here. And That'll be a, nope, BSL. And change this to 5. All right. So my order is set for DSLs. Do I think it's going to come way down here? No. So I'm going to find me a target. I think I'll take this low right here. Will be one of my targets. I'll probably trim my position right here. All right, we are tapped in. Let's see what we get. We are tapped in. All right, so let me go ahead and stop loss will be here. And that'll be buy stop. And I'm going to take, let's see here, I'll take.
Order submitted.
Be my buy limit. All right, I'm going to take 4 contracts here. I'm going to trim my position right here at this previous swing low.
Order submitted.
And I'll leave one runner in. So I'm in on 5 micros, DSL, TP set, and there it is. See what we get. Let's see what we get. So price did come and tap into this FVG right here. That's what this little wick is. So y'all can see that. Yep. This candle tapped right into this FVG, which is kind of normal of NQ. So let's see what we get. Actually, y'all know me, I don't like looking at my trades. So being that we have everything set, let's go ahead on and get into our mental muscle for the day. Okay, I don't know why it's playing in the background. Ay. That is too funny. All right, cool. All right, so I guess my little theme music wanted to pop up again, y'all. It's all good. All right, so where are we at? All right, question of the day today is, what is the difference between scalping and day trading NQ futures? What is the difference between scalping and day trading NQ futures? Anybody know the answer? Let's engage. Let's do it. So, if anybody want to engage, you can engage on this question, and then I'll get into the talking point. So, scalping, what's the difference between scalping and day trading NQ futures? Let's see. Anybody want to take a shot? Anybody want to take a stab? Cool, Jay. I got you. Anybody want to take a stab at it? Anyone? What's the difference between?
Order filled.
Thank you, Pivot Point. I appreciate you, babe. For real. When I jump back, Zinc, we on question of the day right now. All right, Jay, I think I got you back. Let's see here. Scalping is quick. Sniper AF. Scalping is in and out. Quick day trading is you're holding for hours or the end of the day. Let's see. Scalping, you in and out fast. I'm about to learn something today. That's a good one. Scalping has a set strategy and is usually quick 8 to 10 minute trades. I think scalping is just one strategy. All right, cool. So those are all great answers. So let's think about it. Scalping is what? 1 to 10 point targets, right? In and out real quick, multiple trades a day, very tight stops, right? Day trading is what? 10 to 50 point targets, fewer trades, and it's more context driven, right? It's more based on structure, strategy, setup, this and that. It's not based on momentum. Scalping can be based on momentum, things of that nature where day trading is basically strategies, like the strategy that I'm trading right now. This would be day trading, considered day trading, not scalping, right? Neither is better. One is not better than the other. But what I will say, whichever one you decide to choose, make sure that it matches your style. That's one thing I would say. Make sure it matches your style and your personality. I talk about this a lot. You guys know I talk about how would I say? I talk about how scalping just didn't work for me, just because it didn't work. It didn't fit with my personality. I don't like having a trade, taking multiple trades a day like that, in and out, in and out, in and out. I found that to be cumbersome for me. Doesn't mean that it's not a good strategy, and that doesn't mean that if scalping is your thing that you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying what works for me. I like day trading, basically strategy trading. That's what day trading would be, strategy trading, right? Like we said, 10 to 50 point plus trades. You're taking fewer trades. No, it sells on DS, Marvin. It sells. Sells on DS. And you want to match, something that you want to match your personality, and your style. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because maybe the multiple in and out on scalping is your thing, right? Maybe you like that. Maybe, some people may like the in and out, in and out, in and out. I didn't like it. So I pretty much just, also too, the way I was taught by my mentor. He's not a scalper, so I didn't learn scalping. But when I tried scalping, I realized you know what? I kind of like what I do. You know what I mean? So basically real simple. This is a real easy question. So just remember, scalping is real simple. 1 to 10 point targets. You're in and out of trades. Very, very tight stop losses. Day trading would be more of strategies like what we're doing today, the strategy that we ran today. And that's like 10 to 50 point targets, right? 50 plus point targets, right? And of course, you're going to take fewer trades. You're going to be, like one and done. And those trades are going to be more context driven. Yes, yeah, I don't know what it is with folks, V Brewer. Something I've come to learn on being on stream. Something I've come to learn is that I don't know. I don't know what it is with some folks. It's, likes are free, and for some reason, for some people, it's very hard to do that. That's why I had made this statement earlier. And y'all know I'm pretty cool, pretty gracious. But like I said, I guess I got to start being more aggressive. Like if you're on stream and you don't want to just jump off. Like for real. We don't even want you up in here. I'm being honest. It's coming from me. I'm the leader. I'm in the driver's seat. If you can't come on here and just give a free like, jump off. I wish I could go in there and see who doesn't like, so I could just exit you off the stream just in general, because you don't even need to be here, for real. And that's just where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? You can take that however you want to. If you get in your feelings, you can jump off too. It don't even matter to me. For real. Like, what you in here for? That's the thing. That's the thing that makes me ask, what you in here for? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Straight up. But anyway, so getting back to what we were talking about. Let's see here. Irrelevant. Scalp. Oh, is my scalp older than you? I need the trading. Right. But you know what? If y'all remember, Scalp God, well, he used to scalp first. He was a scalper. That's where that came from. If y'all remember, yeah, he was a scalper. That's how he got his name. I'm gonna put this up on stream. Oh, you know what? Why is it so small? That's silly. All right, so let me remove from the broadcast. I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. V Brew, I appreciate you though, my guy. For real. You know I do. But yeah, that I didn't plan on being a scalper. I just love the HSS. You know what? But the HSS is still strategy though, right? It's still strategy. You know what? You know what's so funny about the HSS, y'all? The HSS is it's like a different scalping strategy from what I've seen people do when they scalp. Because usually when I've seen people, I've actually watched people in live time, in live trading scalp. And it seems like those scalpers, they're just trading the momentum candles. If the candle is going up, they're in and out real quick. But with the HSS, you're still waiting for a setup. So the HSS is probably one of the only, how would I say? I'm gonna say only, but it's one of the scalping strategies that I actually wouldn't mind even trying. And actually, y'all know I got the chart set up on my I got it saved in my in TradingView. So I have a layout where it's It's actually Euphoria's layout, right? Where it just has the one indicator, the 100, and I have my Heikin-Ashi candles. But so I have practiced it. And I honestly, I think it's a cool strat. It's just I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think I really truly believe it's a cool strat. What I like about it is that it has steps, right? You're waiting for the flat bottom candles, then you're waiting for the doji, then you enter on the doji. Also you're waiting for a pullback from the 100. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. If people don't like being demanded, though, y'all keep it respectful. Absolutely. To be easy, TG be easy. We love you. Of course. But I'm just saying, you know, it's just a thing where it don't make no sense. Like if you're gonna be on stream and you want to engage, I'm here pouring out everything that, you know, that I need to for the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure I'm here. I'm giving y'all everything I got. I'm over and delivering. All we ask is just, you know, for a like. It's real simple. For real. Seriously. Exactly what my nail girl said. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm good, y'all. Like I'm good. It's just, you know, sometimes, bro, you gotta, you know, sometimes it's that tough love. That's how it is sometimes. I'm good though. But I just had to say that because that's just where I am. Like if you're going to be on stream, you know what I'm saying? Like engage, you know what I mean? Don't come on here and, you know, how would I say, like come on here and be a part of what's going on. You know what I mean? Don't be disassociated from what's going on. If you want to be disassociated, then it's probably best to just jump off. Probably not for you. So with that stated, you know, everybody else in here has, you know, they have great attitudes. Everybody in here is engaging. Everybody in here is helping each other. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not here on that type of energy, then it's not energy that we want. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm good. I'm good, y'all. Just understand that. Like I said, sometimes you just got to just treat people with tough love. That's just the way it is. But anyway, it's really awesome, but entry needs to be on point. If you look on my phone, I miss a trade. Wait, the scalp got older? I couldn't hear no, I'm older than him. Yeah, I'm older than Scalp. Absolutely. Like. I try to help you in any way I can, coach, with notifications and everything because you are truly different to other coaches. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Jose. For real. Jose Brachamote. I hope I said that right. But that's what's up, Jose. Appreciate you. But yeah, y'all, like I said, I'm good. I just have to just, you know, sometimes you gotta let folks know. You gotta give them that tough love. But anyway, so going back to what we were talking about as far as y'all get it. Scalping and day trading is real simple. Scalping, of course, is going to be your quick positions. Day trading is going to be your strategies. All right. So let's go ahead and move back to the charts. Let's see what this trade is doing. And then we can kind of go over this and go over the entry. I don't think, Trinelli, you on? Because she asked me about this yesterday. She got up in the comment. She got up in the DMs, y'all. If I could just copy paste it and show y'all, she was in there cussing. And my DMs cussing, talking about the daily strat today. And the daily strat happened, and I don't even know if she's in here. Whatever I'm doing, unless the other person too disapproves. And then that's on. Yeah, exactly. You ain't wrong if you bro, Trent. Your stream is growing, bro. We'll get to the newbies trained on the likes. I got to run through the best wishes. All that's what's up. So have a great day. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this trade. All right. Now, so in the DS, what are we looking for? First of all, you got to have your targets. These pink lines are my targets. How I get these targets? These targets are from the previous day's candle, previous day's daily candle. And I think I got two up here, right? This will be the high, the open, and the two down there will be the close and the low. All right. Close and the low. So it's always going to be 4 pink lines on my chart because as I stated, that is the open, high, low, close of the previous day's candle. So this will be from Friday's candle because that was our previous day of trading. So being that, first of all, our daily bias was bearish, not that we're married to that, right? And the second thing is that we got a setup we got a sell setup. So what will be the setup? So the market opened here at this 630 candle. We got what's called market structure shift, right? Market structure shift, where the candle broke the previous swing low. This is the previous swing low right here, right? And this is market structure shift. So what do we wait after that? We're waiting for a fair value gap. This trade goes in steps, all right? So this will be the fair value gap right here. This is where it was. Right there. And as y'all can see, I got a little bit of slippage too. All right. And then what do? You place your entry right below the fair value gap, as I did. And then what do? You wait for price to come back into that and tap you in. Now, if y'all notice, you have to wait for the candle to close first. Excuse me, you have to wait for the candle to close first to make sure that your fair value gap is going to be locked in. You cannot, if you see the fair value gap forming, you cannot take the trade until the candle closes. So this candle, which is this, my 634 candle, remember y'all, I'm on Pacific Standard Time Zone, and this 632 candle is actually what formed the fair value gap. So this one, we had to wait for this one to close. So once it closed, the fair value gap was there. That's when I placed my entry. And at that point, you have to wait for price to come back and tap you in. Sometimes price will go all the way down here and then come back and tap you in. But that's the whole point of this trade. You have to be patient enough to put your limit order, not a market order. I mean, you could market order it, but I limit order it. That's the best way to take this strategy. Excuse me, y'all. And so once, like I said, once the fair value gap has formed and you place your limit order, you just got to be patient and wait. Now, at that point, you could use the short position tool. I like to manually place my orders on there only because that's just the way I like to do it. But once you place your limit order, do not place your take profit or your stop loss until you are entered into the trade. The reason why you want to do that way is because let's say you place your take profit before you entered into the trade and price never comes back to tap you in. It can possibly, what if we have like a volume spike and it came down and it hit your buy limit, or excuse me, your take profit, and it will engage your TP as an entry. Then it'll totally mess up your trade. So just be mindful. You know what I mean? Make sure you put your entry first, let price tap you in, and then put your stop loss after it taps you in, because you want to protect yourself, right? And protect your trade, protect your capital, and then put in your TP. Then once your TP is in, there it is. All right. So, let's see here. Right now it's just kind of zoning, but that's pretty much the trade. And then you can take profits wherever you want. The thing is this is my target, but do I think price going to come way down here? I wouldn't hold it that long. That's why I would actually going to take partials right here I'm going to take trim my position of 4 contracts, and then I'll just leave a runner. And what I'll do is I'll end up moving my stop loss just below entry. And when I do that, it'll basically protect, excuse me, y'all. It'll basically protect that one runner that I have in. So that's pretty much how would I say manage this trade. All right. What's the criteria for TP? The criteria is the targets, as I stated, laser focused mind. It'll be these targets. But as I stated, because these targets are so far down, I won't hold it that far. So what I did was I took the previous, I remember we always talk about looking left, right, y'all? I took the previous swing low and I made, I'm using that as my target. So this is a previous swing low from, let's see here, what time is this? From 5:01 a.m. And like I said, I'm trimming my position. I'm trimming basically 80% of my position here because I'm in on 5 contracts. So that means each contract would be 20%. So I'm trimming my position here on 4 of them, which would be about 80% of my position. And then I'm leaving 20% in. That'll be the 1 micro runner. So that's pretty much how I took targets on this. Now, if the daily level was a little bit closer, I might think about holding, but we're talking 2906 and my entry is 29,456, right? So that's what? That is 430 points, right? That's a very, very long way. If you think about that, I wouldn't advise anyone to hold that long. That to me, that's not advantageous. What you do is you just find some targets along the way. Most of the time, previous swing lows, if you're in a sell, will be good price points to take partials or even exit your full position. Or if you were in a buy, you could take like previous swing highs. So just keep that in mind. All right. So with that stated, that's pretty much the strategy. And then you just got to be patient. You got to trust the process. This is a strategy that I back tested going back 3 years. I've been trading. This is one of the only strategies that I've been trading. Probably the strategy I've traded the most in the past 2 years of my trading career. So I know the strategy very well, and I trust it. You know what I mean? It has a good win rate. 15-minute short is also valid. Just want to close and draw down. Okay, so we got 15 minutes up too. Let me go check that out. Let me get over here and boom. And okay, yep. So let's do this. Let's jump to the 15-minute time frame. Yep. 15-minute. Oh, wow, this is a funny looking this is a funny looking candle right here. It's a huge doji. So this is another strategy. So we have what? We have our 6:15 candle close. We have our 6:30 a.m. candle close, right? So now what are we waiting for? That would make this 15-minute trade valid. And then what we're waiting for is a close and drawdown on the 5-minute. Why do we wait for this? Let me exit out. Let me get that box out of there. So why do we wait for a 5-minute? Why do we jump to the 5-minute to wait for a drawdown in a 5-minute time frame? Is because what we're doing is we're waiting for, that's like our confirmation to enter the trade, right? So if we're in a sell, a 5-minute candle drawdown would be a candle drawdown in the opposite direction of the way that we're going, right? So, excuse me. With that stated, we would want to wait for that. That actually helps give us some confirmation to place an entry. So I don't know why I'm getting a weird call. Let me just exit that. My bad, y'all. So that is the confirmation that we need before we place our entry on a 15-minute banger. So once again, we do have the setup, but we're waiting on the 5-minute close and drawdown. So, but don't look like we're going to get that. So in that case, I wouldn't place an entry on it only because I like to have the drawdown. All right. So hold on. Let me manage this, y'all, and we'll jump back to that. All right. So that one contract, those 4 contracts now were trimmed. We got 737 banked on that. So now what we need to do is let me move my TV out the way, y'all. My bad, y'all. My TV in the way. Move my TV out the way. So now I need to change these 5 contracts in my stop loss to 1 to match what I have in my entry. Oop. All right, confirm, and then boom. And then we're going to put that right there. And the reason why we don't want to put it here, like we don't want to like put it right even with our entry. We want to give a little bit of room, right? And the reason being is because remember, we pay fees for every contract that we take, right? So the reason why I like to put it, and I always recommend everyone to put like a little bit of space, give yourself some room. Entries at 29,456, and I got it set at 29,437. So the reason why I like to give it a little bit of room is so if price does come back and tap and take out this micro runner, then what it'll do is you'll still have a little bit of money that you'll make here because we're talking what, 37, 56, that's 19, right? Yeah, that's 19 points. So at least you'll still make a little bit of bread where it'll cover the fees, right? And then it will also leave a little bit of bread there, like, I don't know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. No big deal. The runner is just exactly what it is. It's a runner. Now, how long are we going to let the runner run? I mean, you could let it run for as long as you want, honestly, because now we're in a free trade, right? Because we've already banked 740 bucks. Well, if you took it the way I took it, we already banked 740 bucks in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, in 13 accounts. So yeah, so you just kind of got to just let that rock, and it is what it is. It's pretty much a free trade at this point, y'all. So, and just remember that always with runners, it's always like that, right? It's always a free, once you bank 50%, 60% of your position, remember that money is banked away, right? So that's already saved. That money's there, is safe. So letting the runner run, is letting the runner run, how would I say, is basically just an advantageous way to add to your profits. And then remember, you can exit out your runner anytime you want, but I would always say don't, on your runner, never place a TP on your runner. I know some people do, depending on what particular strategies you're trading. Now, maybe in an overnight session when we're trading 5-0, that's a little bit different than when we're trading DS, because we're also in two different markets, right? And we do know that in New York market, NQ moves can move a lot more than the overnight market, even though the overnight market does have a lot of movement as well, right? But we know that NQ moves a lot in the New York market. So the thing is that you want to just give that runner an opportunity to make you, can make you $200-300 extra. Sometimes it can make you $5 or $6, maybe even close to $1,000, depending on how much it runs. You know what I mean? It can do that. So either way, just always remember your runner is now a free trade. Just always keep that in mind and treat it as such. That's why allowing it to just run and not having and not have it not like put no, not, how would I say, let it breathe, meaning don't put a TP on it, right? Just let it run. And what that'll do is, as I said, that'll help you compound some more profits. It'll already add to your 80% or however much percent of your position that you may have trimmed. So there it is. All right. Will you move that runner down some more as profit increase? Oh, you mean the my stop loss? Yeah. You know what? Like good question, V Brewer. So let me give you an example. Let's say price is down here now, right? Let's say price is, I'm just going to just draw a line. Let's say price is below this level, right? Right here. I ain't gonna use yellow. I'm gonna use purple. Let's use something different. Let's use this. All right. Let's say price is down here, right? Yes, V Brewer, I would take my stop loss and I would move my stop loss right here. I'll probably move it right here. Absolutely. Just to give it a little bit more room to breathe. But basically you're asking me, would I trail it? Yes, I would. I would definitely trail it. But I would give it a lot of room though. Like I said, if price got below the very strong level line that I have, then I definitely will move it. To the very strong level. But like I said, I will give it a lot of room to move. But that is a great question. V Brewer. Great question. If it's definitely moved, like I said, if it moves that far, absolutely trail it. Because what you're going to do is, think about it. We're talking, it's a pretty huge move, right? From entry to this level here, right? So you definitely want to err on the side of caution, excuse me, y'all, and place your stop loss, at a perfect price point. Let's say this very strong level wasn't here, but you can kind of gauge it, like wherever it is, maybe put it at the halfway point between entry and wherever price is at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then just let it run. Yep. That would be a very, very smart way to do it. Because think about it. If it got that far, then now you're protecting what? You're protecting all of this now, right? So that's extra profit that you have there. So trailing it, absolutely. And that's, like I said, that's a very, very, very great question. Very great question. What have you named this strategy? Hey, Gigi. This is called DS. This is called DS, meaning daily strat. And what's drawdown? Drawdown is basically when you're okay. So drawdown can be used a couple of ways, and I want to make sure I don't confuse anyone. So drawdown, first off, drawdown is like let's say you're negative, right? Let's say you're in a trade and it's negative 100. So you will be considered $100 in drawdown. So if you told somebody, hey, I'm $100 in drawdown, GG, that you're basically telling them I'm in this trade and I'm negative 100 at the moment. You know what I mean? So it'd be anything that would be negative would be drawdown, right? Now, there's another way that you can word this as well. It's funny how it has a couple of different meanings, right? So let's say, like when we're talking about the 15-minute time frame, right? And we're talking about the 15-minute banger strategy, right? So in the 15-minute strategy, what we want these two candles to be going in the same direction, right? And then once that happens, then what we do is we jump to the 5-minute, and then what we want drawdown on that 5-minute candle. So basically, from this strategy perspective, GG, we want the candle to close above our entry because we're going to take a sell, right? So we want the candle to close in drawdown, meaning close in the opposite direction. Opposite direction of entry. So from a strategy perspective, that's exactly what we meant. You know what I'm saying? So with that stated, that's how that would be worded. And I know it's a little confusing, but just remember this: drawdown is when your trade balance is in the negative. Just remember it that way. And then for the sake of a strategy perspective, drawdown would just mean a candle close. All right, we got stopped out.
Order filled.
So that made us an extra like 40 something bucks and paid the fees. So today we ended up, let's see here, 781 in 13 accounts. So not too bad of a trading day. Pretty decent. But yeah, so that is what drawdown is. And as you become more proficient in your trading, you'll get an understanding. Okay, what's a runner? So a runner is basically when you trim your position. So I was in on 5 contracts, and you trim your position. Let's see here. I was in a trade on 5 contracts. I took profits of 4 of those contracts, and I let 1 contract stay in the trade. That would be my runner. And if you notice, what I did was I moved my stop loss below my entry. So now that runner just gets to run, meaning it just gets to take off and do whatever it's going to do. The only thing that I have protecting the runner is just the stop loss, as I had. Other than that, I didn't have a TP on it. I'm just letting it go, letting it run. So that's why we call it a runner. So it's like basically it's like a portion of your position is still in the trade, and you're just letting it just go as far as it can to just make you some extra money. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, no harm, no foul. So let's see here. I'm currently working on myself out of 560 drawdown on my Lucid eval account. Yeah. Did price say consequence encroachment? No, it did not. Oh, let me see on the 1 minute. Let me check. If you're speaking of this FVG user IH5, yes, it did, because consequent encroachment would be the middle of the FVG. Of course, if you're talking about this one, no, but I'm not sure what time frame you're on. If you're on the 5-minute, no, it did not, because y'all know consequent encroachment is what? It's the middle of the FVG. Just a very, very, how would I say, a very, very fancy way of saying middle of the FVG. But yeah, it on the 5-minute, no. On the 1 minute, yes, because it hit it right here. If that's what you're speaking of. If not, I'm not sure which one you're speaking of, but I think so. Oh, thank you, Pete. I appreciate you getting it. Yes, that's why I asked, because I thought the term was used it does have several different references. I jumped the gun on the 15 minutes today. I didn't wait for the pullback, but I still profited. Oh, so you, that's okay, pivot point. Hey, you must have market ordered in, right? Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. Runner, just got one of your, yes, just one of your, right. So you're just trimming your position and you're like leaving one in. So you can best do that on micros. It's kind of hard to do that on minis because you have to trade like 2 minis, and I wouldn't recommend that. That's just a lot. And it can stress the account. You know what I mean? So with that stated, just trade micros to be safe, because with micros, your still leverage is low, but you also have the potential to leave runners, because in micro contracts, you're always going to take more than one most of the time. So you take like 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5. So wish I could learn the DS. I probably lean towards this strat, to be honest. It's a good strat. It's definitely a good strat. I just want to trade copy that function. Do you report it to them? And do they have a procedure to review? Nah, unfortunately, with the trade copier, when you buy a trade copier, you buy it, or even if you pay a monthly subscription, like the one I had it was a purchase, right? So it was a one-time purchase. It was $150, and you own it. They give you 2 licenses. And if that's for 2 different computers, and nothing you really can do. You just gotta live with it. But I tried TradeSync today. Seemed like it was pretty seamless, but it's the same way. It was the same way with with Apex Copier. Like Apex Copier was the same way too. I have been using it for the past 2 years, but I know lately it's just been really truly doing some crazy stuff. I'm telling y'all, all I did was exit I exit out of one. I had one account in yesterday, right? Well, I had 5 accounts in. I closed out 4, and I let the 1 account stay, because you can do that in the copiers. Like, you have all your accounts in there, and you can close them simultaneously, or you can close all of them at the same time. So I was closing them simultaneously, and I left 1 contract in. And then when I exited that contract, because we had last night on the 5-0, we had passed the eval, right? So I closed it because I was like, I'm already up over the eval, so over the eval amount to pass it. So let me close it, because I don't want price to come back against me, right? And then now I'm still trying to I didn't want price to get below the eval pass amount, right? Eval pass amount was like 159,000. So I was watching it. I was watching it. So we got up to 158,900, and then boom, it hit 159,000. So I'm like, okay, let me close out. So I was just waiting for it to just get a little bit above it, because sometimes you go to close and exit your position and it'll close out just below. So when it jumped to 159 and like $64 or $84 or something like that, I closed it out. I'm like, okay, cool, past eval. But when I closed that out, don't ask me how. I have no rhyme or reason why I did this, but it put me in on 2 minis on my other 4 accounts in the opposite direction. Yes. I can't even explain that. I can't even explain that. So it did that, and I had to hurry up. And of course, you got to pay attention. I was looking at my copy trade, and I'm seeing the numbers move on those 4 accounts. I'm like, what's going on? So I had to hit, there's a little button that says flatten all, where you can close everything, right, at one time. So I did that, and it took about $500 something of profits that I had in the other 4 accounts. So I was just like, whatever. But I have been dealing with a lot of issues with this. Like, it's been doing just a lot of wacky stuff lately, more wackier than when I first got it. Like, this not stuff that I was dealing with before. If I was, I would have got rid of it a long time ago. So yesterday was just a day, man. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, that was like the 3rd or 4th time. Like it like, I don't want to say it didn't ruin my trade, but it's messing with my account balances, so whatever. Close it out, done. So there it is. All right. So where are we at? Nell girl, you out of here? See y'all on the flip. Must be. That's what's up. I noticed you're on YouTube. Are your recordings on topics available to audiences outside of? Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, they are, GG. Good peeps. I enjoyed each and every one of you this morning. Have a marvelous Monday, and I'll see y'all this afternoon for the 5-0 Peace. Have a good day, V Brewer. Yeah, let me see here. Serena, are you still in the 15-minute banger? Oh, you probably took profit. Yeah, I think at the 15-minute banger took profit, huh? Serena, did you take the 15-minute? Did anyone take the 15-minute banger? I'm thinking about joining the 5-0 class. I backtested the 5-0, but I didn't seem like it was that good. And I'm starting to think 2025 and 2024 were bad years to backtest. Actually, let's see here. We backtested it for 2025. We backtested from 2025. So we did 2024. It took, okay. Gotcha, Serena. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't, that's right. Cause we're pretty much the same way on that. If we don't get the 5 minute, the drawdown on the 5 minute candle, then we just don't take it. At least we don't get an entry. You know what I mean? So, yep. Is there a video on the 15-minute banger? Is there a video on it? I didn't make a video, but I'm trying to think if my big brother made one. Did he make one? I don't remember. If so, it's going to be, is there a video? No, I don't think there's a video on the 15-minute banger, but there is a PDF on it if you are in the inner circle. There is one. All right. So, paper trading in my 15-minute breakout strategy right now. Got it. How's that working? Serena, how's that working for you? I know that's something that you were new. Is it okay to have one strategy? I stick to one micro and another strategy on another micro, DS on one chart and 5 on another. Well, the 5-0 and the DS, you wouldn't be taking them at the same time only because the 5-0 is an overnight strategy. That's an overnight strategy. But yeah, if you were trading two strategies, you can do that. You can have a strategy up on one and then a strategy up on another. The only thing that I would recommend, GG, is I would recommend to make sure you're taking that on two different accounts. Don't take it on the same account in the regard that you don't want to stress the account out with two losses, right? So I would always recommend leaving an account for one particular strategy. So that's how I do it. I have 5 accounts, five different accounts that I use. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have 5 different accounts that I use, and I use them all for different strategies. I don't trade the same strategy on the same accounts, only because we don't want to stress the account out. By doing that, it allows your accounts, it allows you to protect your capital and allows you to live to trade another day. That's the whole point of protecting your capital and keeping your risk management intact. So I would say that would be a good risk management feature, is to make sure that if you have multiple strategies that you're trading, trade them all on particular accounts, like have separate accounts for them. And make sure that account is conducive to the strategy that you're trading. Straight up. I don't know. I don't know too rich. I'm not sure. That's something that you'll have to get with Juvier and his team to join, and it's actually by invitation, not by invitation, but it's like you have to go through an interview and stuff like that. I didn't mean to say invitation. It's by by availability. Excuse me, by availability. That's what I meant to say, by availability. So you just want to keep that in mind. So the best way I would say do it if you're trying to get in is you want to probably go to his YouTube channel, and on his YouTube channel every now and again he'll have like an availability that he'll put out because he's not available all the time. And then once he does that, then at that point, if you do catch the availability when their slots are open, then you can actually jump in, and it'll be an interview process. And then once you go through the interview process, at that point, you'll know. And at that point, they tell you like the price and everything. A lot of stuff has changed from 2 years from when I came in. You know what I mean? The hedge fund or prop firm was not been founded yet. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of like good packages now. So I know that you can get in and you can get like hedge funder accounts. You can it's a bunch of cool packages from what I understand. I don't know them. They're not listed anywhere, but it's just what I've heard from other students and members that have joined. So like I said, it was totally different when I joined. It was really just like a 6-month, an annual, and I think a lifetime. Now I think that has morphed into some other like opportunities, some other tiers, as I would say. So other than that, no, thank you, Trent. I hope everyone had a good day. I will see y'all this evening. Yes, Pivot Point, have a great day, sweetie. For real. Let's see here. I'm still in DS because my TP was a little lower than yours. That's what's up. Yeah, you can still rock it. I mean, think about it. If you didn't leave a runner, yeah. See, Moody, you good. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. It's because think about it. It's still below entry, right? Let me see here. Where was it? It's here. Yeah, it's still below entry. Yeah. Makes sense. See, Moody, did you take some profits? Did you trim your position? Broman J89, that's what's up. Did you trim your position? Do you know what tab in the circle are the PDFs of the strategies? Yeah. Okay, so the DS, GG, and the DS and the 5-0, those are scalp guide strategies. So what you would do is you would go, let me see if I can pull it up for you because I want to show you. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go. Where's my Discord? Here. All right. So, G, what you would want to do is, you know what? Let me get off of there because I don't want my business of everybody that's in my DMs. Let's do this. I'm gonna get the link for you. Let me get the link for you. But it'll be in Scalp Guides resources. So let me get that for you right now. I got you. You ain't got to look. Don't even trip. I got you. Let's do this. I'm just gonna post the link in the. What's the name, and let's just do this. Copy this link, because if you're not in the inner circle, it won't even allow you to go in anyway. So there you go, Gigi. I put it in the comment section for you. Just click it. It'll take you right there, and then just scroll up. Scroll all the way up, and then I would say scroll. Let's see here. It'll be October 9th, 2025. You seem more tired like. Well, what you want me to do? I'll take it off, Morbid. Would you like it on or off? I like that. So I'm going to pay attention to that. He said, your personality, I got to read this out loud. LOL Trend, when you have your hat on, your personality seems different. You're more aggressive, kind of. Like, F-O. Way, LOL. And when you don't wear a cap, you seem more tired, like. I don't know. I mean, it could be. That could be. Kiara, hey, where you at? I can't believe I got kicked out. What you mean? Oh, you were in last night, Kiara? Yeah. Nah, pimp, keep it on. Morbid Drifter, you funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, you know what, Kiara? Because it's members only stream, right? So I told everyone, hey, it was accidentally not a members only stream because I didn't change it, right? It was public. I should have made it members, but I didn't. I was like, oh, they in here, whatever. It's all good. So I was like, yeah, let's get the likes up, y'all. And the likes didn't want to get up. So I was like, all right, cool. We don't get the likes up, then I'm gonna change it to a members only stream. And then that's what I did. So sorry I kicked you out. Sorry. But yeah. Cool, that's what's up. Take your time. We're here. You know, like I told you in DM, I'm here for you. Whenever you get it situated, I am here. It's all good. No worries. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. By all the way, I appreciate expressing a female sister. I'm a male. You got confused because of the name. Yes, I did. My bad. Morbid, right? Karate 357. Until I refresh my YouTube, then it booted me. Let's see here. Well, you got confused because of the name. Yes, I did. All right, cool. I'm reading a DM. I be getting confused on the names, y'all. I be getting confused on the names. I'll be getting super confused on the names. Somebody just hit me in a DM and just told me, I appreciate I appreciate all the respect for the female sisters. He said, but I'm a male. My bad, my guy. If I did call you women. Was Trent wearing his cap last night? LOL. People with no likes. Did I have a hat? Yes, I did. I did have a hat on last night, Morbid. Good question though. Yeah, I did. I had my hat on last night. But yeah, so what did y'all take today? Who made some bread? What y'all take? And share that. I would like to know. I would like to know. What did y'all take? And what did y'all, you know what I'm saying? What did y'all what's going on with my got it. All right, I hit the button on accident and muted my ear monitor. What'd y'all take? Anybody take anything today? Where's Jerry Jack at? I'm still looking for HSS setup. Got you. Never a dull day. Right? Mr. Payout, you in the building? Portrait, no trades for me today. My strat didn't show me any setups. Hey, congrats on that. Hey, look, when your setup does not show up, it's okay to take a position of not taking a trade. So I would definitely say not taking a trade is taking a position. So just keep that in mind. So that's a good thing. If your strategy didn't show up, I just want to, shout out to you for exercising proper discipline and making sure that you didn't FOMO into anything, and that was good. Me a little over 700. I take what you take. Oh, that's what's up, Q. Shout out to Q. That's what's up. That's what's up. Got in on a short, some quick scout. Okay, that's what's up. Jerry Jack, you ran your open range breakout, I'm assuming. No good setups today. Got you shorts for 250 before it switched. Got you my strat hit SL, so I got in with you on the DS. That's what's up, Regina. So y'all made some bread. Excuse me. Let's see here. I know I should have known. That's why I asked. I was like, I know Mr. Payout got in on some bread. So let's get to this last mental muscle of the day. Oh, you're still waiting on the account. Got you. Still waiting unpatiently. Bettina said unpatiently. No, you're waiting patiently. That's too funny. She said still waiting unpatiently for HSS setup. That is funny. That's agree. That's funny. I agree. I've been getting better with sitting on my hands when I see no setups since I started coming on a live call with y'all. That's what's up. I'm glad that you sat on your hands, and anyone else who decided to take a position of sitting on their hands because their setup didn't show up, that's what's up, man. That's a win in itself. Seriously, that's a win in itself. That's why I say the wins and losses are not always about profits, right? They're not always about about P&L. Let me just say it that way. A lot of times the wins are how you showed up on the charts. Did you exercise discipline, your risk management, the position that you took if you decided to sit on your hands, not FOMOing in, not chasing entries, things of that nature, right? That would always be, how would I say, that would always be a reason to understand that is the win right there. So that's what I would always say. Like, just keep that part in mind. You know what I'm saying? So let's get there. That's cool, Marvin. No problem. Let's see here. Jan says longs. Breakout. I'm sure the longs breakout strategy is what I'm saying. 299 on 225. That's what's up. Shout out to Janice. That's what's up. Jerry Jack says sure did. Got it. I didn't know it takes longer on a live. I've never been on a live on Take Profit. I've always blown my accounts before I went to live. But got to the reset takes longer. Okay, cool. Noted. Something good to know. I took an entry now. I'm letting it cook. Guess I'll find out if today was a winner loss. Absolutely. Just be patient. More, baby. But you're on the way. All right. So let's get in the tip of the day. So Tip of the day today is use limit orders instead of market orders whenever possible. Use limit orders instead of market orders whenever possible. Let's talk about that. Real simple. So y'all gonna notice this week, the tips of the day and questions of the day are gonna be designed to really like pique your brain, not just on psychology, but more on process. We're gonna be doing a lot of process stuff now. Process meaning like if you think about the question day. Question day was what? Difference between scalping and day trading, right? So we're going to be focusing more on process. We are going to be doing some psychology things as well, but we're going to be focused. Let's start transitioning and start focusing more on process. We've been doing a lot of psychology stuff over the past 70 something episodes. So I thought now would be a good time to start shifting into focusing on actual process, right? So use limit orders instead of market orders when possible. So let's talk about that. So think about it. Market orders in fast conditions can always lead to significant slippage. Just remember that, especially around news. Not that we'd be trading news, but just think about that, right? So market orders, they're cool. It's not that they're bad, but just remember, market orders can always have slippage because let's say price is at, I'm gonna screen share this so y'all can see it. Let's say price is at, let's say you're going to take a long. This is not a strategy, but I'm hypothetically speaking. Let's say you're going to take a long, right? Let's say you tell yourself if, let me find something that makes sense right here, right? Let's say you're taking a breakout strategy, hypothetically speaking, right? And let's say your breakout is above this previous swing high right here, right? Okay. So let's say you tell yourself, as soon as price breaks this, as soon as the candle breaks this, I'm going to enter the trade. Excuse me. Now, let's say this candle is moving pretty quickly. And you go in and then you just hit buy, right? You just market order. You just hit buy. Let me move my little TV out the way real quick so y'all can see this. All right. So let's say you just hit buy, right? All right, cool. Now, what will tend to happen is remember, when you're clicking buy and that order is being initiated, remember, price is still moving. So even though you may have clicked, let's say you hit buy right when price crossed this previous swing high at 473.75. Let's say that's the moment that you hit buy, right? Unfortunately, it's not going to get you in at the 473.75 where you hit it, because you got to remember, it still takes a couple of milliseconds before the trade to engage and price is still moving. So it's going to get you in somewhere above that. And that's the slippage that we're talking about. And depending on how fast that candle is moving, you may hit your entry. You may hit buy at right here when at this price, right in this area where price is, but it may not even get you into up here. So that's the thing about market orders. You can deal with a lot of slippage. You know what I mean? You can deal with a lot of slippage in market orders. Now, limit orders. Limit orders keep you more in control, because with a limit order, which is like if you watched my trades and you saw what I did, a limit order, you would have an entry. Hypothetically speaking, let's say this line was my entry. As soon as price crossed that, I'm going to get in pretty much at this 474.50. Now, let me say this. There still will be some slippage on the limit order, but it'll be much more minimal. Couple ticks. It'll be less than a point. 3 ticks, 4 ticks. It could be a point. I've never seen it be a point before. I've always seen it be like 2 or 3 ticks. So with that stated, just keep that in mind. But the limit orders allow you to have more control over your entry price, and which does what? It respects your risk, right? Your planned risk, and also respects your entry. So that'll be the difference. Now, exception is, let's say you're getting out of a losing trade. You want to get out of a losing trade fast. I would recommend a market order. Like say a trade is going against you, you just want to get out. I would just recommend a market order. You know what I'm saying? Or just hitting exit on your hitting exit on your entry, not placing excuse me, not placing a stop loss to get out of that trade. So that would be the exception. If you're exiting a trade, market order, yes. Or just hitting exit or hitting the X right there on your entry, right? You know, where you have your entry price is and showing your contracts, there's a little X there. You can just X out and boom, that'll get you out. That's the only exception. Other than that, I would always recommend limit orders because, as I stated, it gives you more control of the trade, as well as it respects your entry and your plan risk. So just keep that in mind. So other than that, let's see here. Yes, absolutely. I made 50 plus 200 on YM, but lost 150 on DS because I misplaced my TP somehow. With the 5-0, I'm up 2.6K on the day. Not happy about it because there is no place in trading for emotions. Absolutely. True that. Limit orders equals move precise entries. Just so you know, the link took me to another sign-in page. I wasn't able to specific sign. Do you drop the screenshots and let's go to that? You know what? GG, just DM me. DM me on Discord and I got you. Bro, you know what's so crazy? This was so crazy. I was telling one of my people this. Every time I get on, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't smoke nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never smoked. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. I get on stream and I be, and I don't know what it is. I'm not sick or nothing. I just something that I noticed. That's why I thought, I'm like, is there some dust on this thing and it's making me cough? But I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the morning thing or whatever. I mean, I have no clue. Let's see here. I don't know how you genuinely accomplished that. Happiness minus 2K and one day would make me happy. No facade. Guess I have a ways to go. Yeah. You know, it's a thing of just understanding and learning to keep your emotions out of trading. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, you let your emotions get the best of you. Sometimes they get the best of you. They do. But yeah, just DM me, GG, and I got you. I'll put you in there. Probably because with some of those threads, you have to, you know what? That's exactly what it is. I probably need to have some water. You just hit it on the head for me, bro. That's exactly what it is. And guess what? A person that plays instruments would know that, right? Straight up. Good call. I'm going to start having keep some water right here. I think that's a good idea. Morbid, your trade was a loss. Look like we're going in the right directions. Yeah, it just got to be neutral. Exactly. You just got to be neutral. Sometimes emotions get the best of us sometimes. I mean, yesterday, when we was on stream yesterday, I know y'all saw me. I was like, what? And I was like, wow, okay, whatever. It's just like, you just got to let it go. It's like you take it in, you breathe it in, and you breathe it out. You just be like, you know what, whatever. Like earlier when I was talking about the likes, like I went into my emotion bag for like, for about 10 seconds, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave it alone. You know what I mean? People going to be what people going to be, how they going to be, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely. Wow, this really explained most of my entry problems. I've been very reluctant to enter a trade without setting a stop loss and take profit until you just explained it. Yeah. Absolutely. So I would always recommend, I don't know, like we've always stated, right? There's many ways you can enter a trade. You can use just your long position, your short position tool, or you can actually hit this plus sign, right? And then you can place entries that way, right here. Above this would be alerts. Down here would be entries, stop losses, take profits, whatever. But excuse me. Okay, just you may be a little happy. That's funny. But yeah, so Karate 357, you definitely want to I always say, like, I just like to think about this. We're so much not in control once we get into a trade that at least we can retain the most control by, like, of course, by paying attention to, you know, your setup, confirmation, levels, overnight bias, you know, things like that, right? That's where we get looking left, right? Looking to see what price did, looking left, right? But also too, placing my entry, and then once I get tapped in, then placing my stop loss, and then placing my TP. After that, we have no more control. So honestly, for me, I think the reason why I do like to do to do the manual entries is because that is like the last bit of control that I have prior to entry, prior to my price, prior to my trade and prior to entering my trade, right? Prior to price hitting my entry, my limit order, and now I'm in the trade. So that's pretty much all the control that we have up until that point. So for me, I'm assuming that is probably the reason why I like manual entries. That reason also too, I'm in more control, right? I can slide stuff around. I can put stuff where I want. I can, so with that, I think for me, that's one of the reasons why I like it. And also too, that's the way that I was taught. So I'm a creature of habit, and being taught that way, that's pretty much how it works. Right? Every 2 seconds, bro, I'm like, I need some water. I'm gonna start doing some water changes. Something went wrong. It seems my data doesn't match from my trading view. Is this green up here? Marvin, do you have this? Is this green up here for you? Right there where you see my crosshair. Right there. That should be green. If not, refresh your page. Absolutely. And yeah, y'all just, there's another thing too. I want to apologize to y'all. Like I said, I went in my emotion bag for a second. I think a lot of that is, like I told y'all, I definitely was frustrated from last night, and I think that might have came out. So I just want to apologize to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. You know what I mean? I mean well, but hey, even Jordan had an off night. That's what I always tell everybody. Even Jordan had an off night. Oh, it's internet lagging. Got you. Yeah, if it's green, then yeah. It could definitely be an internet thing. So, all right. So, any questions on tip of the day? And as I stated, our questions of the day and tips of the day are going to start focusing more on process. So, with that stated, oh yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. But still, I'm still, one thing about me, y'all will learn is I take responsibility for everything that I do. That's one thing. I don't ever pass the buck. You know what I'm saying? And I know when I know when to come back and just be like, hey, my bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We a family up in here. It's gonna be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? But we move on, and I have no problem with apologizing. That's one thing men do, right? We admit whenever any faults, any wrongs, any whatever. And one thing I would say, I ain't gonna never feel like I was wrong, but I definitely just keep the emotions out of it. You know what I mean? At that point, that was like a good learning lesson for me to just let me know that, you know what, I'm gonna let people do what they want to do. You know what I mean? And I'm just gonna leave that alone. I'll let y'all in the comment section, say what I'll let my goons in the comment section do their thing. And that's that. Appreciate you. JR. Moodinator. I'm calling y'all out because I'm coughing. I appreciate you, Bettina. Oh, because I got my producer. I got my producer in this ear. Literally. Yeah, I got my producer in this ear. Except at night, when we do the evening stream, I don't. But honestly, I got my producer in this ear. So he's in here, and then I got y'all in here. So, yep. He said 1 IEM and 1 AirPod. I love it. 1 IEM. I love it. That's when that's musician talk. That's musician talk right there. But yeah, y'all. But like I said, PT702FX, Bettina, absolutely appreciate that. But as I stated, it is what it is. I am Collins. Appreciate you. Thanks for becoming a subscriber. You're in the right spot. That could be a possibility. Because I can say this. That's probably a huge possibility because it's very, very dusty in this area where I am. Because I'm like, it's weird. I am way below. I'm way below, how would I say, when you think about like sea level, right? I'm not below sea level, but I am definitely below like Woodland Hills, and a bunch of other cities in the valley. Like Van Nuys, I'm way below that being here in Calabasas. I'm like in a little bowl. Like when you come down to 101, it actually goes down. And it's a huge drop off too. So I'm in a little bowl. So it is very dusty because there's nothing but mountains around me. It's mountains across the street. It's mountains everywhere. In every direction, all around me is mountains. And it is very dusty. So that might be it. Yep. An ear monitor. Absolutely. That's why I say IEM. I was like, that's only music. That's musician talk right there. That's for real. Agent 007. But yeah. So any question on limit orders instead of market orders and why? I think we kind of went through that, right? So if y'all have any questions, just let me know. Other than that, let me just go take a look at price. And right now, price is, oh wow. See something? Oh, we're gonna make all-time highs again? No. I thought I was like, no. We got plenty of time. Yeah, I was gonna say we up here. I'm tripping. Yeah, all-time highs right now is what? All-time highs is 3807.75. That's what all-time highs is now. All right, cool. I had to say that for myself. But yeah. All right. Now, other than that, for me, I'm pretty much done for the day. Matter of fact, I didn't even log out of my account. So let's see here. First day of trading this account, we are up $771. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out. And yeah. And other than that, if y'all ain't got nothing for me, we gonna get up out of here. I'm trying to think. Was there anything I want to talk to y'all about? I'm trying to think. No. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. If y'all ain't got anything for me, we gonna jump off. I'm gonna look into that. You know what, C Moody, I've been over here for 14 years. Yeah, for 14. And it's something that I kind of noticed. I guess I would have to say it's probably the talking. Definitely have to be the talking. So, yeah, I did. The order for the runner. Yeah. It took me out. It took me out, Serena. Yeah, it took me out. Yeah, it hit stop loss. But I appreciate you. But yeah, it took me out. I didn't have a TP on it. I just once my 4 contracts, once I banked those, I pretty much just moved my stop loss below entry and I just kind of let it run. So, and I did not have a TP. So when it took me out, it's basically out. Yep. And I'm actually, I double checked it over here, but definitely I appreciate you letting me know. I knew one that I have a chance to use and not recover like my first one. Get an account, Kiara. Yeah, get one. I don't know which one you're looking at, but yeah, grab one and jump back in. Or let me say this, do it when you're ready. Don't rush it. Do it when you're ready, because rushing it is not going to work anything. Do it when you're ready. All right. Other than that, let's get up out of here. I think all of us made some bread today. I know C Moody had a little something going on another contract, but if you traded with me and we made some bread, that's fire. I'm glad that we all made a little bit of bread today. If you didn't make any bread, I would definitely say it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Excuse me. It's not the end of the world. You asked for recommendations. Okay, I got you. I will, Felix. JR, how's my foot? Wait, hold on. Let me hit the bottom. Let me see. Maybe it's better to have a TP for a runner, especially for prop firms. Yeah, have a TP for a runner if you have a consistency rule. Bottom. If there is no consistency rule, then I would say let it run. But if you have a consistency rule, yes, do the math and make sure that the TP you set for your runner keeps you keeps your consistency rule intact, that you don't breach it. But definitely, that is definitely a good rule. Absolutely. I know that was a question, but I'm saying, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Foot's good, bro. I started yesterday. I started yesterday. I actually posted in the fitness section. Back to my morning walks, 3.5 miles. So actually everything started today. Started yesterday. Today I got up. I was up at like 3. I'm up at 3 something. Like 3. It's crazy. My body's been getting up like 3:30, 3:40 on its own. My alarm is set for 4, but my body gets up 3 something. I'm usually in bed 8:30 because I want to get up early because I like to get my workout in before I sit down. And then now that we're getting off stream, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go walk my 3.5 miles. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what I got going on as far as my workout. And then as time progresses, as I get a little bit stronger, then I'll be doing like my second workout that I used to jump rope and plyometrics and a bunch of stuff. All right, so let's see. But thanks for asking, brother. I appreciate you, JR. Felix said, can I check my DM? Yes, sir. I'll do that right now while you're here. Let me see. The one on the right, no, no, but the one on neither, not yet. You are, bro, you're like $22 away on one, and then you're $79 away on the other one. Yeah, close, very, very close, very, very close. Very, very close. That's for you, Felix. Very, very close. The one ending in 04, that's the one that you are, what I say? You're $22 away on that one. Yeah, you're $22 away on that one. And then account 05, you are $79 away from that one. Yep. So don't rush it. Take your time. Don't think because, hey, I'm really close, I can just jump in. Like, just be patient. Wait for your setup. And don't rush it. Don't rush it because you just got $22 to make. Seriously, like, wait for a good setup and take it. Get the $22 and make sure you set a TP at like $25 so it can at least pay for your fees. Like, set a TP. Don't market order in and market order out. Like, set a TP, set a limit order. So this way it's structured. This way it gets you in, and then when TP hits that mark, your TP, it automatically takes you out the trade with the $22 you need for the one and the $79 you need for the other. But make sure you set it at least $2 or $3 above, just to take care of fees and any possible slippage. All right, so just keep that in mind. You asked for any recommendations. Got you. My bad, Kiara. 50K or 100K? That's correct, Bodovan. To make sure that consistency rules, absolutely. That's correct. That's correct. Kiara, what size account? Let me know. Answer that question. I pay bills just like a few days last week. Yeah, I did too. I pay bills a few days a week. I haven't been trading every day, but I do advance myself every day. That's what's up. Which platform do you usually recommend for beginners? It depends. It depends on the strategy. I always tell everyone it depends on the strategy. Too rich. It depends on the strategy. It depends on the strategy. Because there's a lot. There are like 3. I mean, there are probably a good solid 5 prop firms, but out of those 5, like there's 3 even, there are 3 that are really, really good above board. Of course, I'm going to always rep the Edge Funder because that is an account where it is a funded account. It's automatically funded, but also too, that account is only good if you're using it with the proper strategy because there is a 20% consistency rule with those accounts. Now, that's something I would always say to keep in mind. All right, so on your second, Felix, it's for you. On your second one, no, the second screenshot on '05? No, because pay attention to your consistency. Your consistency is red. It's 52.37%. You got to keep it at 50%. So your profit target just went up. It went up to 26,328. So now you need $100 to pass that one. '05, and on account '04, you still need the $22. Yeah, just be patient. Yeah, but you'll need the $22 on that one. So 100 on the, and if you notice in your consistency, you see where it's red, it says 52.37%. So just be careful. Make sure you keep that down, because if that continuously goes up, your profit target will continue to go up as well. But just keep that in mind. So too rich, as I stated, it just depends on the strategy, but I'll give you some actually I'll put it in the comment section. I'm gonna put it like this. So I'll say TEF, my funded futures, and take profit trader. Okay, yeah, they're good. I would say just start there. TF, my funded futures, and take profit trader. Boom. I put that in the comment section for you. Let's see. I do set a TP for prop to stay within consistency to max daily. Absolutely. This is it right here. Why is my thing so small now? It's just crazy. All right, I'll have to just go back and refix it. Every time I come and change is different. But what Serena said, you always want to set a TP to stay within your consistency max daily profit. Absolutely. That's the only way to do it. Don't try to eye it. Don't try to close it out on your own. Set a TP, err on the side of caution. I would say set it at least $5 below, just to make sure you don't get no slippage, because you don't want to go over. If you go over your consistency rule, it's going to add to your profit target. So your profit target is 26,000, hypothetically speaking, and you go over the consistency rule, it's going to jump up. You're going to have to make more than 26,000 now. And it's going to be whatever it is. It's going to be dependent upon a combination of how much you went over the consistency rule, and it's going to give a breakdown percentage, and the computer is going to spit that out. It's systematic. It's already in the system. So, because Kurt was good. Yeah, take profit is good. Like I said, TEF, my funded futures, take profit. Those are like my three tops. You can't go wrong with those. Either one. It keeps moving up. That's why, yeah. So it keeps moving up because you're going over your consistency rule. No. It keeps going up because you're going over your consistency rule. '04 is still the same. '04 hasn't changed. It's still $22. Account '05 has changed, because if you look where it says consistency, you see how on your account '04, it says consistency 50.84% and has a check. It's in green. It's telling you consistency goal met. You're good there. But if you look at account '05, it's consistency and it's in red. It's 52.37%. Right. So if you don't stay under 50%, your profit target will continue to go up. That's why I say make sure you're staying under your goal. So maybe you've already met your goal for the day. I don't know. I don't know what trades you took. I see it says you took 2 trades today. Or not 2 trades today, but it shows 2 trading days. So just be mindful of that. If you're already over your consistency rule, then I would wait and come back tomorrow. That's pretty much what that's saying. Let's see here. If I have 1,200 to make for a day, how do I set for a target? 100K account. You would have to go do the math, Marvin. You have to go do the math. First of all, it's going to be really hard to say what your TP is going to be, because it's going to be dependent on how many contracts you're trading, right? So if you're trading, let me jump into my demo account real quick. Where is it? It's this one. I don't even know what what's the name is. Oh, it's down here. Because I had changed all my accounts. Let's see here. All right. Let me get in my demo account and I can show you something. Nope, not the right one. Okay, how could that not be right? No, that is wrong. My bad. That is wrong. It is. What is it? What is it? What is it? Thought it was this one. Yeah. Thought it was that one. Hold on one sec. I had went through and changed all my accounts. I had redid all my account passwords. So that should get me in. Oh, I think I know what it is. Let's do this. It is. Still not it. All right, cool. Let's just do this then. Let's go with, we'll go with this account. Come on. All right. Let's get in here. So, all right. So what you would need to do, Marvin, is this. You got to figure out how much you're in on your contracts, meaning your tick value, right? That's the first thing you would want to do. Tick value. All right. Now, once you determine your tick value, of course, one micro contract is 50 cents. Once you determine your tick value, that is going to let you know where you need to place your TP to stand on your consistency rule. So as you put in more contracts, you see the tick value is going up. Two micros will be $1. 3 micros will be $1.50. 4 micros will be $2. 5 micros will be $2.50, right? So once you determine that, then what you got to do is you got to do the math. First of all, you got to know what your consistency rule is, how much you can make based on an account, right? So let's say it's $300. If your tick value is $1, so to speak, right? Then you know what? You can only make 300 ticks because 300 ticks times $1 will be $300. Once you figure that out, then you need to, 300 ticks in points would be 150 points, right? Because there are 4 ticks in 1 point. So 150 points, excuse me, that's incorrect. That would be, now you got me thinking. That would be 75 points. 75 points times 4 would be 300, right? 75, 150, another 75, 225, another 75, 300, right? So 75 points. If your consistency rule allows you to only make $300 a day, then that means you can only go for 75 points because 4 times 75, meaning 4 ticks at 1 point, would be 300 ticks. You're at a $1 tick value, right? So that would be $300. So that's how you would do it, but you have to do the math on it. It's something that you may need to practice. Pull out a pen and pad and just do it, or even get a calculator. Get your chart, whatever that is. So if you need to make 300, then you already know 300 ticks. $300 from a $1 tick value is going to be 75 points. So if your entry, hypothetically speaking, is at 29,600, then you know that you're going to have to take profits at what? At 29,675, because that'll be 75 points will be what? 300 ticks. So that's something that you're going to have to do the math on so you can figure that out. But that's how you would figure it out. You just got to like I said, you got to play with it. That would be the best way to figure it out. All right. Oh, you said on my 100K, you have 1,200 for the day. Okay, my bad. I was moving a little fast. Then you want to make sure that you set your target to not make more than $1,200 a day. You got to do the math on that, just the way I showed you if it was 300. So with 1,200, you have to just do the math on it. Real simple. Remember, there's 4 ticks in every point. Just remember that. So add up your points times 4, and then do your tick value. Your tick value times your ticks are going to tell you where $1,200 is. Place your TP right below that, and you're good. All right, who came in? I'm stuck between 100, okay, 150K. I want something like the paper trading look. I'm just working on the process of a strategy. Let's see here. Well, let me ask you this, Kiara. What makes you stuck between 100 and 100K and 150K? What is not allowing you to decide which one of those, or what what is why let me say this. What's the reason or what's the difference between the two that's not allowing you to choose? And then we can run that point from there. Okay, TF, what strategies match? With TEF, anything but the 5-0. Anything but the 5-0. Literally, Gigi, anything but the 5-0. Anything but the 5-0. That's the best thing I would say. Anything but the 5-0. Yep, is good. Let's see here. On my TEF, my daily is 1200. I always set hits. I get like 1191. I think I need to set it. No, 1191 is good. The reason why that's happening, Marvin, is because remember, you have to pay fees on each account. Remember, we pay commission. That's how our data provider, that's how our broker, that's how they eat. Right? Well, not the data provider, but that's how our broker eats. Like that's how the broker makes money. They make money. There's fees that we have to pay on each account that we trade. So think about this. If your daily max is 1200 and you're making 1191, you're good right there, bro. You don't need to make right at 1200 because that possibly can go over. You always want to err on the side of caution, Marvin, and keep it under. So if you're $9 under, I would definitely say that's A1. That's A1 because you're leaving just enough for fees because you got to count the fees. You have to count your commission fees. You got to count those. And those are taken off immediately. So when you get in a trade, whatever the fees are, those are automatically deducted. Automatically, as soon as the trade is entered, as soon as you take that entry, it's already deducted. So like I said, if you're 1191, you're good on Lucid. Got you. So keep it at 50. Yep. Keep it at 50 or under 50. That's correct. Darryl Harris. Yeah. That's in the pro and the funded. Absolutely. But it's still a good account. New here, first time watching, excellent content. I learned a lot. Appreciate everyone's time. Thank you. You're welcome. No problem. CM Payne. Thanks for tapping in. Got you, Marvin. I got you, Marvin. Thank you, Serena. Absolutely. Yep. So I essentially just wait till Asia to make $20. Yeah, you can wait till Asia. Absolutely. Just wait till the next session is done. You got to wait till the next, right. You got to wait. Definitely got to wait till the next session to allow this session to be done because you're maxed out on that one account. I think it was 05. You can use a long and short position tool. That is good too. What Serena just stated. You can also use that too. You can use a long and short position tool because it can calculate your ticks for you. So like, let's say, okay, that's the stop loss, right? So let's say this is our target. And if you look up here, it gives it to you. Here's your points. Here's your ticks. And that's the amount. The unfortunate thing is this has been kind of wacky on the stop loss. If you notice when I move it, it doesn't change. It just stays 750 the whole time. I don't know. It's been a little glitch going on lately with this. Not that it really matters because we really need to focus on, as long as you have your points and your ticks, you still can do what you need to do. You just have to just do the math for stop loss. But yeah, you can use a short or long position tool, and it'll give you, not only will it give you the points, it gives you the ticks and the amount. So that would be actually a good way to gauge it if you don't want to do the math. Yep. Thank you, Shireen. I appreciate that. My trusted confidant. Yes. Time for my afternoon nap. See how everyone, that's what's up. Okay, so I'll just get under 50 on both and then wait to Asia. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. So just go by the ticks. Yep. Just go by the ticks. Any more questions? Let me know. Let me know. My legs are super sore. Any more questions? If no more questions, we're going to get up out of here. And yeah. So we conquered today. And we made it Everybody made it happen. So that was good. Everybody seemed like everybody had a pretty decent day today. It's not always about profits. It's not always about account balance. It's also about your psychology and how you manage your trades today. You know, you didn't over leverage. You exercise good risk management, all of those type things, right? All right. So with that stated, I appreciate y'all. Thanks y'all for jumping on. Sliding on my seat. my legs are so sore. Appreciate everyone jumping on as always. And tomorrow we just gonna, we gonna look. Hopefully we can come in the market and do a little something and, maybe get some profits, not pay no business expenses. At least what we can do is keep our trading psychology intact to make sure that we are protecting our profits, protecting our accounts, and making sure that we're treating trading as a business and we're showing up on the charts with professionalism and business acumen. And pretty much that's all we really got to do every day. It's a repetitive nature. We just got to just keep that in mind. Some days are going to be good. Some days are going to be, better than others. Some days are going to be not so good. It's just a part of what it is. Remember, you're human first. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something that we're always under construction. That's what I say. We're always under construction. Always under construction. And with that stated, shout out to the Edge founder, co-founders, Juvier, Scott God, my brothers. Other than that, like I said, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. And I will catch y'all later in the Genius Vault. Signing off. Yay.